Okay. Um, yeah, so in this video, as said in the last one, we're gonna do is model the engines, which are actually very time consuming to do. But probably start them now, save some time. The first thing, actually, since the last video ended off, I went and defined these guys a little better, and then made a couple duplicates of them, changed them up a little bit. That's the real thing. Added this little nozzle on the end here. Then I went in and added some windows. Very easy to do. Make a cylinder there, flip it sideways, move the vertices around. If you're happy with it, copy and paste them, duplicate them all the way around. Do it for the other side too. Okay, and same thing here, we're gonna add a cylinder for the engine. Okay, so yeah, so get the narrowest point of your engine at the front, and then drag the back one back. Edit mode B to select, drag them back to where they end. Make loop cuts, Control R. A lot of YouTube videos don't explain the shortcuts for how to do things like Control R, and all the different like tab and C, B, stuff like that. F to make a face. So I'm kind of trying to give you guys an idea. Yeah, so basically all we're doing here is just making loop cuts, scaling them. At the highest point. And just make sure the top and bottoms line up. Yeah, that's good. Smooth it. Now we can do in Blender 2.8 is grab this extrude tool, like your faces, grab your face, and just push it back. Then from there, we can make more loop cuts inside the engine. it's obviously not this rounded out at the edges, so we can fix that. Too much. You can kind of just see it as you do it. Basics of the engine there. It's good to get references up. Get it all smoothed out. Make more loop cuts if you need. Okay. Now there's different variants on the A330. I have to look around and find the right one. I think this is the CF6. Pratt & Whitney 4000 maybe. I think that's what this is. It's kind of hard to figure it out. Okay, so this is the Pratt & Whitney 4000. So what we can we can take out of that is that this back face goes in quite a bit. Could say something like this. It's probably more, but we'll start with that. Just as a base. These faces will all get deleted later, just for reference. So far, so good. Okay, so this is where it gets kind of tricky. I might have to do 2 videos on this if it takes up too much time. The piece that connects the engine to the wing is the trickiest part of all this. Actually, what we're going to start with before that is just the exhaust part of the engine. Another cylinder. Bring it back. Kind of start shaping it out. Make sure everything's scaled to 1:1 ratio. You just gotta press the object, hit Control A, and scale. Next, we're gonna copy this one. Didn't work. Shift D to duplicate. Now this one is pretty much the same size as this. Pretty much meets flush with the other. Might be the slightest difference. Get it to scale. Kind of see the engine coming along. It'll take some time to start looking how you want it to look. The fan blades now we can do, I guess. Why not? Look at a picture though. A good picture. We're going to use that, and we're going to go ahead and make another cylinder. Start to notice a pattern of cylinders here. And just kind of shape it so that it matches the shape of the real one. Make a few loop cuts to smooth it out a bit. Smooth. Scale it. We can notice that this isn't exactly in the middle, so that looks good to me. Now for the fan blades. These ones are fairly simple. They're pretty much straight lines. zoom in all the way into your cone that you made. Shift and right click, hit the cursor there, and we're going to go ahead and do, actually it would probably help if we had the diameter, because this engine looks way too round. Front. Search up your engine dimensions. There are different ones, it seems. Let's do your research, I guess. Variants. I wonder if we click on. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. Oh, okay, here we go. The dash 100 is the A330. Okay. The 100, in this case, the fan diameter, or what this is, but we can find out. 100 inches exactly. That's why they call them 94 is 94, 100 is 100, and 112. Go ahead and say that 100 inches wide. Cube. Scale it. Look at your references. Set the dimension to whatever it is. 100 inches is the diameter. We can see that. Means that we're going to have to scale our engine out a little differently. We can take half of 100, which is 50, and use that as one fan blade. Simple it off. I guess you could just do the entire diameter, but I'm going to use it this way in this case. Now we got to count how many fan blades there are, and then we can do a quick math calculation here in just a sec. Once I get the shape of the blade. Needs to be shaped sort of like this. And from the side view, a little thinner. Keep scaling it if you ever change it in object mode. Then what we can do from here is angle it slightly forward. And the intersection, maybe a little bit. Move it out. Okay, now our math calculation comes in. I count how many fan blades there are here. I believe there's 34. Be helpful just to check one more time. 2, 3, 4. Wait, we gotta start from. We'll start from this guy. Okay, so there's 34. Then our calculator, what we're gonna do is do 360 divided by 34. 10 point. We can just copy and paste this. Copy that number. Back into Blender. Duplicate the fan blade. And rotate it. Here we're going to go and put that number in. Actually, before we do that, set our origin to the center. There. Okay. Put that value in. Keep putting that value in. Get that, but this time we got to, it's not going to register that, so we need to apply the rotation. Apply rotation, which sets it to 0. Put that number back in. Apply rotation. Beat that. Kind of see it's coming along. Keep putting that value in your rotation axis. Duplicate one every time. Now what we can do is we can grab all these, Control J them, so they're one object, duplicate them, and then rotate them. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blades. Sixty divided by 9 is 40. Okay, that didn't work. Origin to the center. How am I going to do this actually now that I put it? That's even. So then 6, I should have just done 6 times that number. $63. That worked, I think. Actually, maybe this isn't a good idea. We'll just keep doing this. I might edit this actually and you just skip forward a bit. This is going to be a long video. Can get confusing after a while. Could do is an array modifier to do all of these in the same try, except that when I do array modifiers it doesn't really work, so plus this might give you a more consistent look at things. Alright, how many do we have here? Should have 17. We have 17, we can go ahead and select all of them. Since that's half of 34. This is how many fan blades there are. We can go ahead and do rotate 90. Ooh, okay. Shift D and rotate 180. Alright, now we have all of our fan blades. Control J those. Back where they should be. Back a bit. Taking a look now at our reference image. Looks decent. I mean, you could obviously add more mesh and more. Make these blades look a little more special, but leave it as that just for the tutorial, just for time's sake. Now we got to adjust this engine. A lot of trial and error here. As you can see, that should be just to the edge of the blade. Easiest way to do this part would be to grab all these individually. It is time consuming, but it's accurate. Which is what we want. Now, in this case, I think the engine might actually be a little bit too small. A little bit small. So I'm going to scale it up. Give us more room to work with around the blades. Actually looking at this. It's gonna have to round out there. Part sucks because you gotta join all these faces. You probably won't have to, but I messed up. Then of course you can add another loop cut in there to get rid of that fine edge. There, that looks pretty good for now. The engine's starting to come along. May not look exactly like an A330 engine, but I mean, blades are alright for this tutorial. That's about 31 minutes work. I think I might actually just grab the whole. Actually, no. This is the inside of the engine. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to do then. This under piece here might be a little off. Okay. As you can see, I don't have any diagrams that are really accurate. So I think what we're gonna do is might just leave it at that for now. Find a better picture. Well, this is gonna have to come in. Save it, and that looks decent for now. If you wanted to put it to the other side as well, we can do that. Change that X value to a negative, so it goes to the other side. Okay, so now you can see that the engines are starting to come along. They might look a little odd as of now, but we can change that. I'm just choosing this engine type because that's what was in the diagram I had. I know there's other ones, but you can always do those another time if you feel like it. In the next video, what I will probably end up doing is the I don't know what you call it, but the engine to wing piece. Yeah, and then after that we'll probably do the belly of the plane. Okay, so I did the flaps and aileron. Didn't do the slats, but okay. We'll worry about that later. And then, of course, in the end, there's all going to be engine parts inside. Stuff in the wings, whatnot. And then start with the cockpit another time. Could definitely touch up that tail a bit. Probably will. But that'll do for now. And I'll see you all in the next one.